felt so right, and we gave it all and gave him a fight. Can you feel the beat, all the energy? I loved it all from start. Can you see it clear, all the happy years? I kept them in my heart. Yeah! The time of our lives, it was all about fun. We were the kids, it was all about punk. A shame we grow older. Whoa, oh, oh. Remember it like it
Oh, good afternoon. We're having a lovely sunny afternoon. Unfortunately, our shade is gone, Owen.
Yeah.
And we have a good match here.
Yeah, it's going to be another one of those good games. The wind is blowing across them a little bit,
Yeah.
and if you look at the flags, they are pretty strong, fluttering. So it could be an interesting adjustment that they're going to have to make.
I spoke to TJ when they finished their first trial end, and he says it's still running very nicely, and there's a very nice bend as well. So he's looking forward to this one. And I see on Rink 3, we have one of the key matches for today. The two number ones after 2 rounds, Kuruleni versus JBA.
Okay.
So I know both of them won both their matches. I'm not sure about Southern Free State. Yeah, and we're back. We just had everything on mute while they were doing the trial ends. So I see there's a few complaints that there isn't sound. It's just because there wasn't supposed to be sound. While we were just waiting. Yeah, and a lovely lunch, Owen.
Yes.
The club is really treating us well.
They're looking after us. Nice little warm lunch that we had. Yeah. And certainly can't complain from the Newcastle hosting side of things at the moment. They've really done their bit with looking after everybody.
Yeah.
I'm not talking just us.
The players,
the
staff,
and
the volunteers, the umpires, everybody's well fed after lunch.
Yeah. We have made the decision to start half an hour earlier from tomorrow morning to make sure that if the games go on a bit late, that we are in on time. Yeah, we found that we started 15 minutes earlier today, but
we just made it within lunch.
And this last round has started almost on time.
Yeah.
So tomorrow's going half an hour earlier. Tomorrow will just allow that little bit of a gap for the players.
And especially I think from tomorrow onwards, the games might take a bit longer because there's more involved in the shot differences and all that stuff, and teams that will know where they stand. So there'll be a lot more tactical decision making than the first day. The first day you see where you end up after 3 rounds, and then you work from there. I think you're playing to win. But tomorrow there'll be a bit more tactical.
The tactical days start to come in,
and of course having a full day of bowls completed will have its toll on the body as well.
Yep.
And they've changed direction as well, so playing the afternoon direction, so they're playing right in front of us. So and quite a few spectators around as well.
Yes, I think, and it's actually quite strange that the live streaming rink and live streaming green is not as supported by the spectators as much as what the sea green is. I don't know whether it's got to do with the shade.
Probably, and maybe as well as the local team playing on the end rink on the other side.
Yes, yeah. But there's been great support from the Newcastle people already. On day one for the players.
If you don't have any plans, you're in the Newcastle area, why don't you pop down? Definitely Saturday and Sunday will be key matches with the finals.
And also, I was asked a while ago, for us to come in and watch a game, what's it going to cost us? And remember, It's free.
Yeah.
You simply pitch up and support whatever team you want to support. And then, that's one thing about bowls.
Yeah, no,
It's open to all.
And there's, I saw there were hot dogs for sale and pancakes, and the bar is also well supported.
Yep.
Nice cold drinks, lots of players getting water in the tea breaks.
Yep.
So and the prices are good as well, so it's definitely worthwhile coming down.
I think that is a very good comment to make there with the prices. They are definitely not Johannesburg prices.
So Eden picked up 3 on that first then,
Yep.
while we were waffling on. Another combination of husband and wife
Yes.
for Eden, Yolanda, Watkins and Freddie. One of the Braves.
Yes. It was in fact Freddie last night that pointed out how brave he was.
Yeah. He started the whole conversation.
Yes. I don't know whether you chatted earlier about the opening last night or the welcoming last night, but I thought it was very nice the way each team was asked to stand up and introduce themselves and tell us a little bit about who they were, where they're from, and that it allowed everybody else to
Yeah.
acknowledge every player. It was a nice little opening.
Yeah, and it's a good exercise just to relax everybody, and it will become more of a thing now with us being able to do interviews. Our players, bowlers are normally very shy people when you need to talk to them. So
Hopefully the interviewing goes down well with our viewers, and that they want to hear what the players have to say after the game, and who knows, maybe we'll extend it going forward, that we can have a quick minute with them before they start their game, and as we grow with the streaming. But so this time we have introduced the interview after the streamed game.
yeah, it's always nice to get an insight from the players. It's easy to call the shots and the greens when you're not standing on the banks.
I mean, on the last game, Neil pointed out that things were changing on the green. It had picked up speed. The wind was swirling a little bit and making shot choice difficult, which is something what we sitting here watching don't actually acknowledge or unnecessarily understand what he was going through.
Yeah. DJ on a good line here. Does he have the weight? Just needs another half a meter.
Half a meter on.
Oh, Freddie. Yolanda's happy with the cross Freddie took there. Just needs a little bit more weight. That was great line.
Great line, yeah. When it first went out there, I thought, whoa, it's taking quite a line there, and I think with this wind,
His help having getting that bend on the end.
helping with the bend on that hand.
And both the Eden players playing with the Drake Prides. Yolanda with the Drake Nova. Oh, yeah, Drake Nova, and Freddie with the Drake Pride.
Over and
Very experienced bowlers from Eden. I see they've been playing Yolanda for 21 years and Freddie for 29 years. And I see Freddie's originally from the Free State area. I see in his biggest achievements winning the all Free State pairs and silver medal at the Southern Free State Provincial B side. So probably went down to the coasts for retirement.
yep, would be a
Should be an interesting matchup when they face a Southern Free State in the section. Meeting old friends. Just wait to see how much they picked up on that one. So it's another one score to Eden. Just the
Eden
one,
picked
so
up just the one on that.
current score 4-0 after 2 ends.
Yolanda put one right on the jack there in a lovely position just behind the jack. Toucher.
Oh, great attempt there by
Great.
Marlene.
Yep. Yolanda just touched the jack again, and she's now holding 2 shots, one either side of the jack. Great.
Making Freddie use the chalk. 2 touches in one end. Asking if she can touch the jack again, and Freddie says no.
Nope.
Going a bit wide on that one. She also acknowledges that she's gone too wide on that one. Great weight again. Weight control. We need to just go and talk to him about.
When they come back down again.
Yeah.
He just forgets.
Oh, we'll talk to the players. I see they are blocking our angles a little bit.
Yeah, just during the oh.
Freddie putting a positional ball there at the back. bit of a perfect delivery insurance policy there. Of course, Barton's being one of the key sponsors for Bowl South Africa and supporting bowlers all around. So if you're looking for insurance, why don't you give them a call? And they're not limited just to lawn bowls.
Nope, nope. Only the one product is Perfect Delivery.
Yeah.
Barton is all products out there. So, yeah.
And give Gessie and his team a call and they'll definitely help you out. Doesn't cost you anything to ask for a quote. Yes. Going attacking, but I think he's just gone. Yeah. He wants to get onto those 2 shot bowls and maybe see if he can open it up a little bit and get maybe the jack moving backwards.
I think he's was trying to split the 2.
Yeah. Asking if they're just a 2 down, so I think he's still going to go for that.
Yeah, he's
attacking.
put a bit of weight on this one.
He's not far off.
He's got the one.
Oh,
Took the one out.
yeah, taken one out.
Still a long way to go on this game.
Yeah, current only 5-0 after 3 ends. And there's the call of the Hardida. The most South African sound ever. A bit of a shorter end here. Yolanda. She's been drawing well so far this first 4 ends.
And another great position for your first ball.
Mclean here on the backhand. Just cutting the center line. A great weight control showed by TJ there. Oh, another Thatcher. That's now a third Thatcher in the game.
Yeah, Yolanda's certainly putting some pressure right from the get-go.
Yeah.
Right from the get-go.
Now we're going to sound like a broken record, but the pressure that the lead is putting on is so important in any team format.
Yes. Yep.
And even in a singles game, because your first bowl is actually also your lead bowl. And that's why leads normally make good singles players as well.
I always believe that lead is probably your best singles player.
Good.
Although the likes of the Neils and so on prove that statement wrong, because they are great in all formats.
No.
So.
But the great players are great in any place,
in
any position you put them in the team.
Yes, that's.
It's one of those things you need to put the needs of the team first. If you were picked for lead, you play to be the best lead. A great draw there by Jason Evans there on ring
we
free.
were watching over.
Yeah, we shouldn't get too distracted, but we will definitely have to keep an eye on that match because it's so important.
Yeah, the EKB was holding shot, and Jason drew a perfect shot onto the jack to take the shot away.
Oh, great ball
But-
here by Freddie.
But on this rink, Freddie's put a third one in there.
Let's see what TJ can do.
Pressures on TJ, building up.
If he has the weight on this one, it could be close. He's trying to get onto the jack, and he's
Obviously,
got.
he loves playing under pressure
Yeah,
with a shot like that.
and now he's made that 3 down to 2 up.
Picked up the jack perfectly square, rolled it through by what, meter and a half.
Yeah. Freddie asking if that's in front of the jack, and because it is, he's changing his hand. And that's a nice bending one as well, so
Yeah, it's got a big bend.
and he's gotten the shot
And
ball.
he took the shot ball out and holding shot again. Wonderful bit of weight control there as well.
Yeah.
And with him having changed his hand.
And he had to add a meter and a half because of that movement of the jack.
Movement of the jack.
Oh,
He,
I think he's actually thankful he missed the
I
jack there.
think had he touched the jack, it could have gone 2 shots down again.
TJ would have said,
TJ is
now I
coming
need to
through.
play that exact same shot, and he's not far off. I can get onto the shot ball or that jack.
They managed to hold the end, and so Eden takes another 1 there.
So it's 6-0 after 4 ends completed.
In the games that you've been watching so far, have you seen any of them playing with the, I would term, slightly unconventional mats, where they're taking the mats right up? I haven't, in my walk around, I haven't really.
I think the only one I saw that was quite up was in our first match, where the mat was moved up about till, if we were the way we're standing now, is about maybe 5-6 meters up. I think that was probably the
biggest.
no, nothing close to the 23 meter or the 25 meter from the
25,
opposite end.
Yeah.
But I think it's probably because of the speed of the greens.
Yeah. Possibly the speed of the green.
You don't want to put the pressure on rolling the jack to the 2 meter mark on these greens, because if you move it up that length, you need to be pinpoint accurate on your jack delivery, or you lose it.
Yeah, I was just looking because with Eden they've just taken the mat up the 2 meters. Well,
Maybe
an
3.5.
additional 2 meters
Yeah.
from normal, and then they've played a bit of a short end. But obviously, it's just in.
I think this is probably the shortest end we've seen in the day.
Yeah, I think that when I saw it, that's why I raised it
Yeah.
about the mat and the jack and everything, because this seems like quite a short end compared to what I've been watching during the course of the day.
We saw in the second match more the tactic of the longer end being used. I've seen most of the games I've seen is playing this medium to long, but not the full long. And we saw that in the one where after Neil Burkett's side picked up the 5, they went for the long one and then they dropped the 5.
Yes. Yeah.
Maybe trying to mix up between the shorter ends and the longer ends to see if you can get your opponent, catch them off guard.
Yeah,
And unfortunately, they caught himself off guard. That was almost a great comeback by the EP side. Yeah, I see Yolanda, the lead from Eden's greatest ambition was actually to be at the Bowl South Africa National Mixed Pairs.
Okay, so she's
she's
one of her goals.
So now you set new ones.
Yes. Move on. What's your next target and ambition? Is
How do you say? Short-term goal, long-term goal, and then the wish list.
TJ has played a...
I must just make sure he doesn't get too discouraged because he's missing his target slightly, and it's not his fault. It's just the luck of the roll. So he shouldn't try something else. He must just play his normal game.
I think it's just the wind is starting to have a bit of an effect. But then again, I suppose coming from EP and Eden,
they shouldn't be.
This is no wind at all today.
Maybe it's the lack of wind that's. Oh, great line there.
Yeah.
You can see he's getting a bit. Showing signs of being aggravated, getting off the board.
Yeah. If it was one of my players, I would simply say to him, take a quick water break. And I know when I played with Gareth and Dion at last year overseas when we were in Australia, I would simply say to them, it's an Energade break. And they would just come and have a quick Energade and a sip of something to drink, and then just refocus. And yeah. So EP has finally taken one.
So it's 1 to EP.
One to EP. Yeah.
So they're off the board.
Did I say Eden?
No. I was thinking it was Eden, but
1 to EP. So they've now got control of the jack, and let's see
what length they decide
what length they decide to come and play it.
No need to do something different. You play to your strength, not to your opponent's weakness.
Yeah. Yep.
Just because they were playing the same length you were, no need to go for a long end if it's both sides' weakness.
Yes. She seems to.
This looks to be on a good line. Does she have the weight to finish it up? It's still rolling.
Yeah.
It's in the
Lovely
count.
length.
Yeah.
Lovely length.
Yolanda looks to be on a good line here. She goes a little bit wide there. And that bowler has a lovely bend.
It's got a tremendous finish.
Yeah, no, and,
Giving Yolanda the shot there.
Yeah. Many people don't understand how the bias works in a lawn bowl. Some of them believe it's a weight or something, but actually it's the shape of the bowl.
Shape of the bowl.
Which just offsets the center of gravity. So as it slows down, it falls over to the side where the gravities are, or
There's a wonderful video that's out. And I see it a lot on a program that they do is how it's made. And they focus on how a bowl is made and the molding and the actual how the shaping is actually done. And I find it very interesting. I've watched it about 4 or 5 times because I find it so interesting to see just what goes into the manufacturing of a bowl.
And of course, all of these bowls need to conform to a single world bowl, which is sent to all the manufacturers. So basically, all the bowls need to end up in the same spot at the end of their route.
I'm sure Marlene from Mpumalanga. I'm sure Marlene from Mpumalanga will be watching this and happy to see her district's team pulling off some great bowls here.
I'll quickly go over to the sea green so we can give you an update
Give
on
us
those
an
scores.
update on the scores there. On our live streaming, Eden took another 2 there. So it was. So Eden is 9-1 after 6 ends. And Jacques is going to
At the sea green, we have on rink 1, we have Boerland play. Score there 3-3 after 4 ends. Then we have Kingfisher against Northern Free State after 5 ends, 7-5 in favor of Kingfisher. Uh, 5-4. After 4 ends there. Then we have Natal Inland Po. And there 4-3 after 5 ends.
A gust of wind has just rolled across the green.
Yeah,
Quite a strong wind and has
blown across over our camera on the other side.
Camera. So we're busy having that reset and sorted out.
Yeah, luckily we have the tracking cam, so we'll be able to still give you what's happening. Yeah, some good matches over there on the sea green. A few surprises as well. Port Natal leading the BGN side of Francois Koen for 8-0. Or 7-0, yeah, 7-0.
Maybe the lunch was a little bit too tasty for them.
Oh, maybe
afternoon nap.
or what we call there in my district when you go to a sponsors day, the boepens game. Where you want to go have a quick nap before you start play.
Yeah. I was speaking during lunch to some of the people from Newcastle, and apparently I was unaware of it. And the original Newcastle Bowling Club was right in the centre of town, which is the CBD now of Newcastle, and that was where the grounds were. And they then moved a couple of years ago now to this venue. So the actual, although they
As
100
a
years,
club, but the physical.
but the actual physical club position has been moved to out here. And I was walking around and having a look at the area, and you know, it's not just a bowling green. There's the tennis courts at the back behind us. I see there's soccer fields, and you know, it would seem that it's a full-out sports venue.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and we heard a bit of action next door at the soccer field. A lot of supporters going, cheering there.
yes, yeah. I wondered whether it wasn't a school sports day or something. But yeah, we heard a lot of support, put it that way, for whatever. I think it was a game of soccer was going on there. There was a lot of support for them. Let's hope those supporters move across and come and support the game of bowls after when they finish for the day. Freddie's having a run at it. He was asking Yolanda there what he should try and do. He chose to have a run. Let's see what he
Does on his last bowl.
On his last bowl.
He has the 9-1 lead, but TJ, I think, has drawn another one close there, but it's also made the target a little bit bigger. Asking if he should go again. Oh, saying he just needs to make contact on something.
He's looking at that green bowl.
And he's not far off. He's going to get it.
That was the bowl that...
Yeah, and he's he's taken the jack outside the rink of play, so that's a dead end.
Dead end. Oh, we got that terminology right. It's a dead end.
And that will take a bit of getting used to out of the bowling community. But we'll start on the live stream. We'll
start bad habits.
Yeah, we'll start where everybody learns it for the future. Here on the live stream.
So, in this competition, we don't respot it. We play the end again, and then it's up to the skips to decide whether they come back to this side or whether they just choose to play from the other end. And look, it's a lot more convenient, I believe, to play from the other end, because in this case there was only one bowl still left on this side. More convenient. However, sometimes I look at it and think, well, hold on, you've just got the line, you've got the weight, you've got everything playing from this end, continue to play from it. So now everything changes, because suddenly the wind blowing across you is now on your backhand rather than on your forehand. You know, and so it does make a change as to whether you...
Do both skips need to agree, or is it one of the skips'
No,
choice?
the way I understand it is both skips agree.
And if one disagree,
I think they
then
would
they
have
fall
to,
back to the
they would have to come back to
anyway.
Yes.
Yeah, and for you, need to bowls, you need to carry your bowls over, not roll them back.
That's it. You know, again, a lot of people tend to think that they can just roll them down. They send 3 or 4 balls down simultaneously. That is not the way to do it at all. You carry the balls back and place them at the other end.
Yeah.
Remember, all you have to do is make one little mistake, and you could one of your balls being rolled
Clipped
down
by
like
another
that,
one.
and could interfere in the rink next door to you and their play.
And it's a safety concern as well, because you can injure a player next door, or even one of your own players if they're not
not
aware.
expecting it. Yep. So part of the etiquette of balls.
Yeah.
Bowls still carries that a lot of emphasis, or would like to see a lot of emphasis more on the etiquette of bowls, and obviously with it comes the sportsmanship of bowls, and you can have situations, but thank goodness I haven't noticed it, especially in the mixed pairs type of tournament, with gamesmanship. Gamesmanship versus the sportsmanship. Here it's very much sportsmanship prevails, which is wonderful to see.
Yeah, but normally the good sportsmen, they, like cream, they rise to the top. Where the gamesmanship guys, they normally are more focused on the gamesmanship than developing their game.
Yep. I did notice during lunch, it was quiet in the dining hall. I don't know whether you picked it up, but it was quite relatively quiet. And I think everybody was just thinking about the first 2 rounds have happened now. The nerves are gone. Now it's down to playing serious bowls in the afternoon, and then with the next 2 days still to come before we can see who's going through to the finals. So, yeah, it's just but there was definitely a more of a hush during lunch than what I'd noticed during the tea breaks.
Oh, actually, the food was so good that they were busy eating the whole time.
That was also a possibility. Maybe I was reading the situation slightly wrong.
No, I do think I think after the first round, it was more of a question of everybody had still idea. There were 8 rounds still to go. After 2 ends, you could see groupings getting in the sections opening up.
Yeah.
But there's still a lot of games. They can still change a lot. This tournament is not won on the first day.
No, definitely not on the first day.
And not even on the second day. The second day you can lose it.
I was thinking on tomorrow night. By tomorrow night, they've played their 6 games.
Yeah.
Well, 6 games of the 9 that they play. And that's when you'll see all the play, the changes in tactics, especially going into Saturday, where they start playing, jostling for position. It's good to see that all 20 districts are represented here. It would be sad if some districts couldn't make it to the tournament. And a lot of my thoughts when I first saw the Newcastle, I thought, well, it's a long way out for certain people. I mean, you look at the Western Cape; they've travelled
It's almost 2,000 kilometers, 1,500 at least, or close to 2,000 kilometers to get here.
to get here, and I take my hat off to them for doing that and making sure that this tournament stays as a 20 district tournament.
Yeah.
Um,
And that's 1-2 Eden, so they move on to 10. 10-1 after 7 ends. And I think it's very important that the mixed pairs has a bit of a... having all 20 districts just gives it a little bit more prestige as well.
yes.
And I think that's why we have the 20 districts, because it is a prestigious event. And what I like about the mixed pairs is it's one of the few tournaments you can travel to the smaller districts, or the
Yeah. A two green club
can host
can host it, and you know, and it's not that it's going to grow
Yeah.
to more.
Yeah.
They can't
On the-
host it, and it's one of those tournaments where you got 40 players, and it's easy to administer and run. So, you know, the smaller districts that don't always have a lot of experience in running tournaments, this is where they get the experience
Yes,
from.
yeah. And you need that experience because
It only does wonders for
Yeah.
your district. That club like Newcastle
So-
now they've run this tournament, and they can be drawn on and spoken to from the rest of the district as to what would you do in the future better, or you know, what did you do to deal with this situation or that situation. And so it's growing again the knowledge base of the districts on how to run.
a tournament. Yeah,
tournament.
I do find, I think some districts that haven't hosted a big tournament like this, their district tournaments get a little bit watered down.
Yes. Yeah.
So yeah, that will. So that's what because this is my first trip to Newcastle, and I have to say I enjoyed it.
It's a long drive for you.
And it's a lovely club,
Yeah.
and they're doing a sterling job here.
What I did pick up, which is also great to see, was that Newcastle was able to call on Dundee and other clubs in the area, and they called on them for assistance, and they are here. They assisting them, obviously off the green and so on, but there's support from the other clubs in the district. Because I think it means a lot to the district. Hopefully, it helps them going forward with other tournaments.
Yeah, and in terms of our live streaming as well, we asked just to be able to lower our costs a little bit, if we could get some of the players in the area to host us at their homes, for our live streaming team. And they came to the party, and that's made it possible that we can bring all 4 days and not just the final 2 days.
Oh,
So special thanks to those volunteers who've offered their homes up for us.
that's. I was unaware of that, and great to hear. But again, I think that's part of the small town.
Yeah, the
you know,
community feel that
community
is
feel that you have at these smaller districts, and especially the smaller clubs in the districts.
Yeah, and country, KZN country has a similar problem that we have as a Northern Cape. They have vast distances between their clubs.
Yeah.
I know there's free clubs here in Newcastle, but all the other ones are outside and long distances in between. I'm hoping that next year we'll have a, a team from this side participating in the junior nationals as well.
Okay.
They missed out last year. Most of their key players were going to schools outside the area, so they weren't available. I always say when somebody asks me about KZN country, I say it's my favorite district in terms of the juniors, because they had a young team when I started the live streaming that were involved in the under 15s, and they were the first team that I ever filmed that got a full house.
Oh, okay. All right.
And they had a little lady that was playing with bowls with little chickens on. So every time they went, come cheeky, 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 come cheeky, cheeky, to get it close to the jack.
Eden picked up another one there.
Day, yeah.
So that's 11
And
1
1, 2.
after 8 ends.
And Eden is sticking to that tactic of this length they're playing. They're really playing it well.
They're playing. Stick to what you know.
Yeah, just stick to what's working. Don't change the winning recipe.
Yep. You'll under perfect weight again. Putting a lot of pressure on Mclean straight away. Yeah, from her first bowl, she puts pressure on every time.
And if you look at the scoreboard, you can see what that pressure is doing.
Yes. And how's our little formula working?
Still working. Most of the ones that are winning the first one is winning the end as well. So it looks
For
like
those of you that have just joined us, we're busy playing with a thesis. Once the leads have put pressure on their first or second bowls, they normally tend to win that end. And it's just a bit of a fun thesis that we are talking about at the moment.
It's something we all think, but we can't prove it. Plus, it gives some gratifications to the lead as well. I know some of the formats they give a point for the lead.
Yes, I've seen some of the competitions being played like that, where they
reward the leads for a good start.
Yeah.
So let's test it. I think looks like Marlene might be holding this end.
I think it's Mclean holding.
So let's see what the end result is. But I have to say, the way that Ferdi has been playing, he might mess up our stats a little bit.
Yeah.
He's drawing his own stats.
Yeah. He did an excellent attempt there to outdraw the shot bowl. and rested on it. And Mclean still seems to be holding. Which taking the pressure off of TJ, and he's been able to draw the shot now. So EP is holding 2 at the moment. Not knowing much about this area, it was quite something to see. This morning it was so calm, beautiful, and as the day has gone on, so the wind has picked up from the east and it's slowly getting stronger. It's not unplayable type of weather, but certainly has picked up during the course of the afternoon.
I have to say, somewhere this morning there was a bit of a gust of wind somewhere when I woke up, and then it was gone. Maybe it was just the area I was staying in. Fairly changing his hand, playing on his backhand. Looks to be on a good line. Just running through. So it looks like our stat might be holding.
So far our little research is according to plan. And TJ's drawn up perfect shot. Resting on the jack, his last ball.
So that's 3-2.
That's, yeah.
So I'll move on to 4.
3 to EP.
So 11-4 after 9 ends completed, halfway. Now the second part of the game starts.
TJ's calling for a bit of a tactical move. He's asking her to bring the mat up, and they've taken it up 5 meters up. Bit of a slight tactical change.
Well, mixing it up, he has control of the jack. He hasn't had control of the jack for almost 4 ends now.
Yeah.
Now the question is, will this one be long enough? It needs to be 23 meters.
Oh, they've called for the umpire to check the distance.
So this is our first 23-meter mark measure on the live stream at this tournament. So remember, it needs to be 23 meters from the front line of the mat. Front mat line. So you'll see places it on the front of the map, and then it needs to be 23 meters from there.
He's indicated that it's short, the jack is coming back, and now the opposition gets a chance.
23 meters 40, I think I heard the umpire call it.
I think he said 22, 30.
Oh, 22, yeah, sorry, 22, 40.
So Eden has the opportunity to reset the mat to their comfortable length. Yeah, everybody's happy now.
Yeah.
We can now start playing. So after 10 ends, on the other rinks, KZN versus Western Province. Western Province has moved into the lead with 16-11. They were down after 5 ends. They've now come forward. I have
8-11. 8-11.
8-11. So that's Sedibeng 8 and Northern Cape 11 after 11 ends. And then the JBA EKB is after 9 ends. It's 7 to EKB and 8 to JBA. So still going strong and tight there. Then I've got the Free State Mpumalanga game. Southern Free State has now moved into the lead, 9 shots to 8. So Mpumalanga has 8, Southern Free State has 9 after 9 ends. So, and Jacques is going over to go and take the readings on the others.
Yeah, and over here at the Sea Green, the Cliffy Lawrence Green, we have Boland playing against Sables. Sables leading 10-6 over Boland. Then we have Kingfisher versus Northern Free State. That's a tight one. They're on 9. Their Peels 9 all after 8 ends. Then we have Border Northwest. Northwest leading that one 11-5 after 9 ends. Port Natal against BGN. Port Natal leading that one 11-3 after 8 ends. And then we have Inland leading that one 7-5 after 7 ends.
Yeah, no, we knew about it when we went and spoke to him. And then there was no sound at the beginning while they were doing their trial ends.
So hopefully everybody's updated on the scores. Following your district, let us know who you're supporting. Remember, we still need to decide who will be on the live stream on the last 2 games. So maybe you can sway us with showing support for your district. And also remember to share and comment on the YouTube channel. That's how you can help us. The algorithm works in a way, the more comments we get, the more reach we get to non-bowlers. Comes onto their feeds and for them to maybe see what lawn bowls is about.
On your formula, Eden was holding shot.
Oh, okay. Oh, great draw there by TJ. Getting a toucher. And that's the first toucher for EP in the game. So you're saying, Owen, Ferdi needs to draw this one for our formula to work?
Yeah. No. Yep.
Yeah.
I'm afraid so. And that blew our stats out the window.
There needs to be a few anomalies as well. Or else it's not a fair study. So they move on to 7. 11-7 after 10 ends completed. Or 9 ends. Yeah, it's 9 ends completed. Yeah.
9 ends completed.
Remember they had one burned end.
They've had a burnt end.
I think we should be on 10.
Yeah, but
I think they just need to flip over the ends.
you know what happened? They didn't put a score up. So it's 10.
Change the ends on the scoreboard. It's on 10. Should be on 10.
Oh, wonderful draw by Yolanda. Getting another toucher. And that's her third toucher in the match. One for Freddy. Yeah, Freddy.
Sometimes you forget that you're commentating and you're so busy enthralled with
Enjoying the game.
watching the game that you forget to actually and you'll get the odd comment. There's no sound coming through. Yeah, I'm afraid it's.
And it's late in the day as well.
We get suddenly enthralled in the good game.
Yeah,
and we forget.
And it's been a long day sitting commentating as well. So
Yes.
a bit of mental fatigue as well. But yeah, no.
Have to admit, we'll have to consider the gazebo tomorrow, because from midday onwards the sun was shining straight onto the commentary table. So Arthur and yourself and so on, during your commentary, were sitting in the sun the whole time. So I think Arthur's got a nice burnt ear from in the sun all day.
Yeah, no. We'll see. We actually need that side window, but then we can't see the other game scores if we put the flaps on the side.
Yes. Yeah.
I have to say, Owen, isn't the most beautiful thing on a lawn bowl when you see that ball taking that bend? It's so magical, almost.
And especially when you can see it's going to turn right on and rest on the jack.
Oh, strange. You almost know that as soon as it leaves your hand.
Yeah, yeah. You always
The
get
good, the good ones you know.
you get that feeling, and that this is going to be it.
You almost walk off the mat with a bit of a swagger. This looks to be a good one as well. Ah. Almost.
Just that 1 meter through, but it was a beautiful line.
I was going to try and bump it up. He said bump it, crack the egg.
Yeah, he's put a bit of weight on.
He's not far off. Oh, so close. If he moved that jack backwards, he had 3 bowls waiting.
Yeah.
3 slip catches. Oh. Oh, same if Freddie moved the jack to the other side, he was holding 4. But he has the 1 anyway.
Eden takes 2.
2.
Yep, Eden takes 2 there.
So Koen score 13-7 after 11 ends
After
completed.
11 ends completed. Yeah, I think that the little error on the flipboard earlier, where it was showing 1 end was less, I think that probably came in after they burnt the end, and they didn't record it.
That. I'm just checking if it's over.
Yeah, they're happy with the length again.
Now, do the cricket players say, if you can bowl to it, it's over 23? I have to say, the markings on the green are very well done and very visible for the players.
Yeah, I
And
like this.
it just speeds up the game as well.
I like the idea of the solid line rather than for the center line, rather than dots spread around. I do like it. It just makes it so much quicker and much easier, and you know where everything is. I went to the IBBA World Championships last year. That's the International Blind Bowlers Association World Championships in Australia last year. And they also have the solid line, but then they have every half meter either side. The next line and the next line and the next line. So it becomes in your corners going both directions. It looks like a checkerboard
Bolt.
of all of the different coloured lines, and it just makes it easier for them to change rings.
Yeah.
They simply just move the markers
goes
down
down
by half a meter one way or a meter the
this
other way.
way to save the
And-
greens. Yeah.
and there's no suddenly chasing the dots and all of that again. And yeah, it definitely is something
To consider. Yeah.
to
no.
consider.
And I think some of the Australian bowlers also use those markings to get their lines as well.
I'm not going to go there.
It's better than the others. I remember when I started playing bowls, there was a guy playing at us at one of the other clubs that had a white mark down his bag, and he placed his bag on the
Oh, my word.
and all you did to when you see he was drawing in is you just moved his bag half a meter to the other side. As part of the gamesmanship and not the sportsmanship.
That's it. Yep. But it was, it was interesting. It just worked.
Yeah. No, it makes sense, especially
yeah.
if you have a long tournament going over a few days. If you move your rings every few games, then you're saving your 2 meter mark
Yeah.
spots.
Yeah. Well, they were changing direction, and also on a daily basis they were moving the rink
Rings.
over by half a meter one way.
Yeah.
Then the next day it was a meter. First of all, half a
halfway
meter
to
to the
the
right,
right,
and
and
then a meter to the left.
left.
And so there were 3 different, and they were changing them around every day, and it certainly was easy for them to be able to do it.
Oh, great ball here by TJ, but I don't think he's moved it enough.
It was a great attempt there. I think Freddie has just said he went narrow. He hadn't given it enough. Yep.
We have over 150 live viewers in this match. Everybody probably getting ready to go home for the afternoon. No need for this Excel spreadsheets to be open.
Nope. Now they can close up the Excel spreadsheets now and start heading home.
Just the one.
So 1 to Eden. And our theory kicked in there again, by the way.
Oh, yeah. No, we'll have to think of a new one. Maybe the team with the most touches wins the match or something like that. There goes, there goes my chance of a doctorate in bowls. And Koen score 14-7 after 12 ends.
Just scanning quickly on the other games on the other rinks on the screen. KwaZulu-Natal is 15, Western Province 19. And that is after, I think it was 12 ends.
Yeah.
We have got Southern Free State versus Mpumalanga. And Mpumalanga is 13, Southern Free State 11. So again, there's been another turnaround there again.
On the NCB, Northern Cape against
Northern Cape against Sedibeng. Northern Cape is 13, Sedibeng 11.
the youngsters from Sedibeng giving the Northern Cape side the winners of the 2018 mixed pairs.
Yeah, and the bronze medalist from
Last year.
Uh,
A good game there.
Yep.
It will go down to the wire, it looks like. And they're holding shot at the moment.
Great stuff to see from Sedibeng, their youngsters. Then the Joburg battle between JBA and EKB. I think it's EKB is 7, and I'm not too sure. I think it looks like JBA is up with 17 at the moment. We're just checking on that score.
That is 13-0, Owen.
Sorry, 13, not 17, 13. My apologies.
I'll quickly go over to the sea
And,
green for
we're
you
going to
guys.
have a look at the sea green and see what's happening there.
So over here at the sea green, after 11 ends, we have Sables leading Boerland 12-9, so a good comeback by Boerland. Then we have Northern Free State against Kingfisher, 11-10 after 11 ends. So most of them are on 11 and 12 ends. Then we have Border versus Northwest. Northwest having a comfortable lead there, 16-6 over Border. Port Natal against BGN. BGN picking up a few here, but they still trailing 11-7. But it's a lot closer now. So yeah, and then we have Natal Inland against Limpopo. Just going to see it's 11-5 in favor of Natal Inland.
Come back onto this, and he comes and joins me, and we chat to each other.
Lovely, man. Super. I'm so interested in this commentary thing. It's nice just for parents to do it.
We're slowly improving. Looks like Eden picked up another, what, 2 shots there?
Yeah, they're on 15-7, I think. Let's just
Yeah,
check
it's
if they...
15-7. Yep.
Yeah.
After 13 ends.
So they had to pick up 2. Now, some good news for the BGN side, for supporters on the other side. It looks like Francois has woken up a little bit. He's now only trailing by 3.
Okay, so he's
He's
come
11.
off his afternoon nap,
Yeah.
after lunch.
Firing on all cylinders now.
You do know we're going to get picked on by Francois when he finds out that we're saying that he needs an afternoon nap after lunch.
There goes our chance of being selected.
So
Getting to the business end, yes. Basically, including this one,
got 5 ends to go.
5 ends to go.
Yep, and they all there's good results all the way through at the moment on all
we
the
were
games.
We were just talking to one of the spectators about how strong this field is, especially in this section.
Yes, yeah, and
So that was why we were silent for a small bit. Don't worry.
and it's not a. There's certainly not a gimme in any of these sections as to.
Yeah, if
who I would-
if
if
you
I
were
was a
booking this
betting-
one,
No, I wouldn't like to be.
the odds would
putting
be.
my money down anywhere on this game.
Luckily, my betting limit is $1, $1, so, so I'll put 95 cents down on someone maybe by the end of tomorrow.
Yeah, definitely. I was just watching, again on my walkabouts and so on, and I noticed one of the local motor groups has actually sponsored all the water and to make sure all the players stay hydrated, and they've put out their water bottles and bottles of water is spread all over the place, so the players can just go and help themselves to bottled water,
Yeah, no,
which is
wonderful.
yeah, and it's great for the players that they can just keep hydrated. Although the temperatures were probably down to about 21 degrees now, it still takes a lot out of you. 3 games a day, you need to remain hydrated.
Yeah, currently, it looks like we're. I'm just going to see if it updates, but it looks like it's still 29 degrees. It doesn't feel like
It
29.
doesn't feel like 29 at the moment. You sure you haven't got that set to bloody Durban?
It's definitely not Newcastle in the UK. They would die if it hits 29.
What has he got to say for himself now? He's always got a complaint. What's Burkett's score?
Looks like Western Province picked up a multiple there. They've moved on to 21-15. Definitely seems like Neil is enjoying getting the multiples here at the end of the game. We saw that in the previous match as well.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's definitely going down to the experience, knowing when to score. And it looks like EP's holding shot at the moment from our angle. If I look at the behind camera, we'll see that in a moment.
Freddie went narrow there. not too happy with himself for having gone narrow.
TJ looking after this one. He looks interested. Yeah, and he's drawn another one close, and I think they picked up 3, yes?
Yes. Eastern Province gets into double figures with that.
3, yeah. Oh, it's 10-15. Yeah, now I can get close. The momentum might just be shifting.
Yep.
They have control of the jack.
Yeah, man. 4 and 4, man.
He's yeah.
4 and 4. Bring the mat up 3.5. And 5 and 4. Sorry, can't count. And the sun's affecting my brain a bit. Guys,
TJ was commenting on his maths abilities currently, and he said the sun is obviously getting to him today, because he did a 15 minus 10. He came up with a 4. So yeah, interesting maths, but he's since corrected himself. On there.
Yeah, and he's a electrician by trade.
Okay, all right.
And also involved with solar installations and selling of that. So maybe he's working in watts or amps. When he was doing that calculation, he was probably
you can come around those.
He overheard us talking that he is an electrician, and made the comment that he's pulling amps at the moment. Obviously, it's been a long, tough day for him. I think his last game against Western Province was obviously also very stressful. Playing against Neil, and the concentration, for having concentrated the whole day, it does take it out of them.
Now, this is the thing about lawn bowls. It's physically more demanding than you think, because you do quite a few kilometers in a day, and doing quite a few lunges.
Yes.
And then, of course, the mental part of the game is. I refer to lawn bowls. It's my own little. When somebody asks me how would I describe lawn bowls as a sport, I say it's playing 3D chess with a moving target.
Okay. It's the game is very much. By the end of today, each one of them has probably walked close to between 8 and 10 kilometers. Yes, it's not strenuous walking, but they probably 3 games a day, 18 ends, plus the trials and all of that type of stuff. They're probably close between 7 and. Jacques is busy doing the calculation for me quickly.
And it's 162 lunges without the trial ends, so we can add another 12 onto that.
So it's not an easy sport, but it is an easy sport, if you know what I mean, from a physical point of view. It's not a dangerous contact sport, but it's certainly you are doing.
I always say it's an easy sport to start, a difficult one to master.
Yes, definitely. So TJ picked up the jack there now, and They were 3 down and just moved the jack and is holding shot. So a great comeback. Freddie goes along and chips the jack out again.
Now you see what I mean about the moving target.
Moving target.
I don't know if that jack being off center, it forces TJ to go on the new grass there on the outside.
On the outside, but I think yeah,
His line was perfect actually.
1 meter drop in weight and he would be perfectly on the jack. So I'm sure his next attempt will be just drop of that meter, I'm sure. Unless of course Freddie changes something in the head again.
Oh no.
Which he has.
Yeah.
Because that was the line on which that was the line that that TJ had come in on. Yellow ball is now on that line. There's a little tunnel of bowls that he's trying to play down.
Oh, and
he's played down
perfectly. Yeah, it's just maybe the weight slightly.
Yeah.
Jolanda's having a good look. Yeah, still holding for Eden. Saying he should be playing for his own ball there, just to promote that up.
Push it just one roll in, I suppose.
And if he misses it, then it's probably the correct way to get onto CJ's ball.
Oh well.
Or TJ's ball, I mean, sorry.
We were wrong with both, and but Eden still takes
picking the one. So they move on to 16. 16-10 after 15 ends.
Yeah.
The last 3 ends.
Still all to play for. No clear win on this game yet.
And that's to see Yolanda's pinpoint accurate on a rolling of the jack. It's almost in exact position as the previous time they were playing this direction.
Yeah, she's got her weight control. That's what they want to play to, and that's the length they want to stick to. So, been very successful for them that length.
Indicating that she was just 3 meters through on that last one.
I've just was looking over onto the other side, watching the JBA EKB game, and John Malopi has just drawn his last bowl when Jason was holding. It looked like Jason was holding. Jason and Louise were holding 3, and John managed to draw in and holding the shot. So that puts JBA 14, Equilani on 10
And they've only completed 15 ends, so,
and 15 ends.
so a lot to play in those last 3 ends.
Yep, it's also only four shots in it on that game with 3 ends to go. I had a look over at KZN versus Western Province. They're on 16 ends, and KZN has come back in at 19, with the Western Province sitting on 21. So again, only 2 shots in it over with 2 ends to play.
The Western Province side likes keeping it close here to the end.
Yeah.
And last match we saw putting themselves under pressure.
Northern Cape is against Sedibeng. Sedibeng is on 11. Northern Cape on 16, also with 2 ends to play. So they're still in it. Sedibeng is still there. And then having a look at the Free State, Southern Free State versus Mpumalanga. Southern Free State is on 15, Mpumalanga is on 14, also with 2 ends to play. So all of the games on this green is all of them are open for results still.
Yeah, and over here at this we have Boland playing against Sables. Current score there is 15-9 in favor of Sables. They've completed most of these on 14 ends. So we have Kingfisher against Northern Free State. It's 18-10 in favor of Northern Free State. Then we have Border against Northwest. They're Northwest 21-7, and they've just ditched the jack to pick up 2 there, so they'll move on to 23. And then we have Port Natal against BGN. Current score there 13-9 after 14 ends. So good comeback there by BGN. And then we have Limpopo versus NIBA. NIBA leading 11-8 in that one.
On the Eden EP game, Freddie managed to chip the jack out to the side and has left the jack rather exposed to everybody. But according to the signal they showed, they were still holding the 1. Let's see what TJ can do. Nope. It would appear that he still didn't quite make it in there with the jack being out in the open. But they're going to put a string on it all.
Yeah. Asking the opposition to help there. Good call.
Yep. Get the 2 of you down together measuring rather than trying to measure that distance by yourself. And if they're unhappy, call the umpire and let them come in. And it would appear it was 1 shot to EP.
Yeah, so that last ball of TJ.
Yeah.
Getting into the count, making the difference.
He's called for a long end.
Mixing it up a little bit.
Trying to mix it up a little bit.
He needs a multiple here.
Well, he managed to put it in 3 meters of where he was standing for a full end.
This looks to be a good start on Mclean. Yeah. Oh, great ball here by Yolanda.
So Northern Cape won their game against Sedibeng. I'm not too sure on the last end how many shots went which way, but they were 17-11 up. Northern Cape was 17-11 up going into the last end.
Oh, that's their first win for the day.
Yep. Still got another 6 games to go.
Yeah.
So,
All to play for still.
yep.
A great showing by the youngsters from Sedibeng there.
Definitely. They. Back to our live stream game.
Yeah.
Yolanda is she's got beautiful weight control, and putting pressure on with that one behind the jack and one at the 90 degrees to the jack. Putting a lot of pressure on World TJ. Having said that, I'm not saying Mclean hasn't been bowling well. I mean, Mclean is she's being pipped every time by Yolanda, that's all.
I had a discussion with one of the players who were worried that they had a bad start, and I told them, don't be too worried. Nobody can complain about how your tournament has gone because they're not here.
Yep, that's it.
You're better than all the rest sitting at home.
That's it. Yeah.
You have to be one of the top teams to be at this tournament.
Yeah. I like this format where it's the winner of every district gets to play in the national tournament. I think it's a good format for this, because one, you're hopefully guaranteed of all 20 districts partaking in it.
Yeah,
so
and you as a team, you're in control of your own destiny to get to the tournament.
Yeah.
So you're not dependent on a selector or something to get here.
that's it.
You have opportunity to showcase yourself to selectors for districts and inter-districts competitions by getting to this tournament. So I think it's one of those tournaments that at your district level you need to try and participate as much as possible.
Yes. Yeah.
Especially if you're a new player with ambitions to get into district sides.
TJ's put on a bit of weight onto his last bowl, but he was a little bit narrow and it cut across the head.
He was looking for the multiple there.
I think he was trying
maybe to clear it a dead end. At that angle of the jack, if he gets a slice.
Yeah, it looks like they're 2 down.
Yeah.
The fight, yep, 2 down.
And I think now it's just too far for that last end. There's only 6 to offer, and they need
7
to win. 7 to peel.
7, yeah.
7 to peel. So it's mathematically impossible to win or peel. Over there at the KZN game, we have a close finish there on the last end as well.
Yeah, just been pointed out to us that it's KZN is 20, Western Province 21,
No,
playing
that-
the last end. And according to what I can see from here, it would appear that KZN is holding shot.
Yeah, and that's the home team from Newcastle.
Right.
Monty, the president here at the club and the convener of this tournament's wife, is playing there, Michelle. That's why
Sorry,
we have all
we-
the supporters on that side. Yeah,
well,
we'll
sorry,
get back to
we-
the action this side. But yeah, we will try and keep you updated on what's happening on that side as well from the Western Province fans and the local Newcastle viewers. Since this game is unfortunately mathematically impossible for EP to win.
Yolanda put another one close to the jack there, so she's again putting pressure on poor Marlene.
She's just pipped Marlene at that key moment.
Yes, yeah. Oh, I just wanted to try and...
Yeah, I think
Newcastle
so.
has trailed the jack back,
And I think
they're holding shot. So
Neil is walking up to the head just to make sure and see what his options are. Yolanda just missing a line in our features match, just changing her hand, trying to get one just there in protections mode. As Neil is walking back to the mat. He has 2 bowls left, leading by 1. And Neely's walking after this one. He looks interested. Oh, and he's drawn a perler. I think he might just have drawn the shot there. Yeah. Being congratulated.
they still have a bowl each.
Yeah.
But,
Good sportsmanship, acknowledging that good shot,
yeah.
giving him a high five
and
from the
nobody,
opposition.
and the way they're all looking at it,
They're not 100%
they're
sure.
not
as well.
100% who's holding shot there at the moment. So yeah, Freddie has touched his own ball and looks like rolled in for another shot there.
Nova on the other side, it looks like the KZN side has now drawn the shot. of that front green bowl. So let's see what Neil can do here. He's edging it on.
We're waiting for the signal to give us info as to who got the shot there.
Just see how many they got.
And on the live streaming match, I think it was 2. I'm just waiting to see the signal from them. But yes, Eden takes that game against Eastern Province.
Yeah, and over on the other side it was Peel's 21-all between Western Province and the local KZN country.
That's a great result for Newcastle.
Yeah. Ja, goeiemiddag. Ja, ons is hierso saam met die span van Eden, Ferdi en Jolanda. Ferdi en Jolanda. Oorspronklik van die Suid-Vrystaat sien ek
O ja.
Ja.
Ons is oorspronklik van die Vrystaat af, bly vir die afgelope 2 jaar nou in George. En ja, is maar net lekker om daar te bly.
Okay, ja nee, en hoe het julle die baan, die perk gevind?
Wel, as jy sê, obvious jy wen, dan as niks fout met die baan nie. En ja, nee, ons 'n bietjie gesukkel met die eerste 2 games en ja, hy hardloop, hy seep glad uit die baan. So ja, ons het maar ingepas en ons gesê kom ons try dit.
Jy was gister die een wat gesê het die brawe ou wat saam met sy vrou speel.
Ja, nee, ek weet daai brawe ouens ja.
Ja, nee, en Jolanda het vandag sy byk gespeel. Ek dink sy het jou nogal bietjie die werk vir jou bietjie makliker
Ja,
gemaak.
nee, kyk, nee, sy het 'n fantastiese game gehad. Ja, nee, ek bedoel, is altyd lekker om saam met haar te speel en sy hou my altyd op my gemak en al die dinge. So ja, is lekker om saam met haar te speel en ek wil ook vir TJ sê, hy het baie goed gespeel. So
Ja, nee, ek moet sê ek dink die game was baie nader aan mekaar as wat die skoor die hele tyd gewys het en hulle het amper aan die einde hulle het amper begin terugkom.
Ja, nee, definitief. Toe ek sien ek dink dit was op 'n stadium wat toe wat gewees 15-10.
Ja.
En toe sê ek, ja nee, kyk nou moet ons 'n bietjie ons sokkies optrek, maar is alright. Ons het dit darm gemaak.
Ja, en julle is in dieselfde seksie as julle vorige spanmaats heel moontlik daar van Suid-Vrystaat, Wayne York, so julle sien seker uit na daai enetjie.
O nee, ek sien nie.
Ooit hom klaar gehad,
Ja,
okay.
Hy het ons 'n bietjie seer gemaak, maar as mense van daai dae wat hulle alles reg gedoen, ons het niks verkeerd reg gedoen nie, so ja.
Okay, nee,
Hulle het baie mooi gespeel.
Ja, baie dankie. Ek is bly ons kon julle op die livestream gehad het. Julle het nogal redelik baie views gehad, so die mense daar by die huis gaan het geskree vir julle en hulle was bly om die wen te sien.
Yes, ja. Ja, ek moet net vir daai klomp views en alles sê baie dankie vir die ondersteuning baie YouTube en al baie dankie, cheers julle.
Reg, dankie. Mooi dag verder. Bye bye.
Ek is ook miskien nie
timing felt so right, and we gave it all and gave him a fight. Can you feel the beat, all the energy? I loved it all from start. Can you see it clear, all the happy years?